Welcome to Module 8, key number 8, which is hunger for growth. I'm Dr. Peter Rios, and I am your instructor for this module. I love what Les Brown says about being hungry. He says, if you want to do anything worthwhile in your life, you've got to be hungry. Remember, in the previous module, I said when people don't have any desire, when they don't really have any ambition to do much, it's hard to help those types of people. But I'm telling you, if you have any ounce of hunger, right? And back in the day, I used to say I have an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. Well, you have to be hungry for whatever it is that you want in life. And so I'm hoping, because you're here, that you are a hungry person. Now, if you're hungry for food, that's okay too. But I'm talking about what you want to achieve, what you want to maximize in your life. We will need to be hungry for it. I recently had the opportunity to spend some time with Les Brown, the legend, right? And it was amazing to see how he would help people, speakers, he would take their stories and reframe it and deliver it with passion, with charisma, with so much energy. And it reminded me of a story that I want to share with you about him, about Les Brown. And I write about it in Maximize, but let me retell it here. So Les says that he wanted to be a radio anchor, right? A DJ. And he went to the radio station. He asked for a job. He kept getting denied, right? Like I told you before, I've applied to many places and have gotten denied. The manager at the radio station kept denying him, saying there weren't any open opportunities. And Les kept going day after day. He had a mentor, Mr. Washington, who was guiding him in this. That's why mentorship is so important. And he was going daily. And the guy was like, didn't I see you yesterday? Didn't I tell you there was no more jobs? And Les was like, yeah, but I didn't know if somebody retired. God forbid somebody passed away, or, people are just sick. He's like, nobody, that has not happened. But he kept going. So finally, the manager got so upset. He said, go make yourself useful and get me something to drink. This was back in the days, right? And Les tells this story. You can hear his own teaching on it. And he says that as he was at the radio station, he was learning on the job. He was doing whatever was needed, right? I talk about that with a friend that I used to, carry his bags, right? And go with him to different events because he was already an established speaker. I speak about that at Maximize. And so basically I was serving him intentionally, but I was also hungry. I was trying to get into the speaking industry. And I figured if I could align myself with him and learn on the job, see how he interacts with people, with organizations, with event planners, maybe something will stick. Maybe I'll get an opportunity. Well, guess what? One day I did get the opportunity, right? I got to speak in front of 500 young people. I was scared. But anyways, let's go back to Les Brown's story. It's similar. He's at the radio station. He begins to get these volunteer jobs. He's going to pick up, famous people in the airport. He's cleaning around the radio station, but he's looking. He's watching how the buttons are worked, how the DJs go in and out of songs, how they interview people. He says that one day this guy named Rocky was drinking a lot on the job. And all of a sudden he drank so much that he began to slur. He couldn't speak clearly, right? And obviously in the radio station, people are hearing him. The owner of the radio station calls the radio station. No one is there except only Les Brown. Les Brown picks up the phone and the radio station's like, can you hear Rocky? He's like, yes, sir. He's slurring. He goes, yeah. Is there anybody else there? Nope. He says, can you call somebody else to see if they can, take over? He says, sure. So he waited about 20 minutes. And after he tried to call, he calls the owner back, says, there's no one else. So the owner says, do you know how to work the radio station buttons and to facilitate, right, the transitions? Yeah, that was Les Brown's opportunity. He was hungry enough to serve even at this place for free for a while, right? When I was accompanying my friend, right, my speaker friend, he didn't pay me for that. I joined him. I joined forces. I added value to his mission and vision. And guess what? It was reciprocal. In this situation, Les Brown had the same opportunity. He did the same thing. Well, guess what? That guy, he could no longer finish the radio program, and Les got to go on the radio live. And that was history. After that, he became a DJ. He worked at the radio station, and that what catapulted him into motivational speaking and different business ventures. I'm saying that to say this. Maybe your idea is crazy, right, to other people. Maybe it's like way out there. It doesn't matter. It's your idea. It's your dream. It's your vision. And you got to be hungry. You got to be so passionate about wanting to make it a reality. The hunger for personal and professional growth is a powerful driving force that propels individuals, you, yes, you, forward in their journey towards self-improvement and success. The innate desire to expand one's capabilities, knowledge, and skills is crucial for anyone looking to make a meaningful impact and advances in their personal lives and careers. Embracing this hunger can lead to profound transformations. Are you ready to be transformed? Opening up to new opportunities for learning, achieving, and fulfillment. So here are a few things why it's important to remain hungry, to remain focused, to have that passion for what we want to do, right? The importance for hunger for growth. Well, number one, continuous learning. We continue to grow. We continue to expand ourselves. We continue to learn and to evolve, right? Number two, adaptability. As you are trying to pursue your dreams, you're going to have failures, setbacks. You're going to have hiccups. You're going to make mistakes. People are going to close doors on you. But use that as fuel. I remember Eric Thomas saying, use your pain, your suffering as fuel to propel you to the future. Remaining hungry, it enhances your performance, right? It blesses you with leadership and influence. Yes, when you're hungry, when you're focused, when you have a commitment to growth, you will evolve. Personal development. You continue to develop yourself. You see, there's a difference between people, right? Two types of people. One person says they want to be successful. The other person says it, but actually does everything and anything to make it happen, right? As you remain hungry, focused on your dream and your vision, you will advance professionally and you will learn how to solve many problems. Why do I say that? Because in my journey of growing, of serving, of being hungry, wanting to be a consultant, a coach, a professor, I was a VP of universities, right? All of those things, those setbacks, those hurdles made me who I am today. And so without those stumbling blocks, I wouldn't be who I am today, and neither would you. I like what Dennis Waitley says. Failure should be our teacher, not our undertaker. Failure is a delay, not a defeat. It is a temporary detour, not a dead end. Failure is something we can only avoid by doing nothing, saying nothing, and being nothing. Wow. So in other words, if you don't want to fail, don't try anything. But I'm telling you, if you're hungry, if you have a vision, if you have a dream that you want to fulfill, you're going to fail. I have failed. I am a living witness. But I am also a living witness that even through those failures, even through those setbacks, you can come out like that donkey. Remember the donkey? So as we close this module, remember the hunger for professional and personal growth is a vital component of success and fulfillment. By nurturing this desire of hunger, you can unlock your full potential, overcome challenges, and make lasting impact in people's lives, in your career, and in your community. So are you ready? Man, you're doing a great job. Listen, make sure you go to your master action plan, and I'll see you in the next module.